Hello, welcome, Centered CEOs, and those that are part of our group. We really appreciate that you join in and you take this opportunity to make time for your business and develop strategies that can help change the future of your business. Today, we're going to talk about business plans. This is an important topic for any business, whether you're a sole practitioner, you're launching your business, or you're in growth mode and you have a multitude of employees. Because the business plan for your business is the foundation of how you operate. It is the high-level strategies for your business. And without a business plan, you're going to struggle with creating the micro goals that are necessary to receive achievements on a day-to-day basis that allows for longevity and sustainability in your business. My name is Angie Rice, and I am one of the co-founders of Centered CEOs, and I'm here with my co-founder, Janet Semenova.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. We really wanted to just chat for a brief little Facebook Live about business plans, because it's something when we talk to small business owners and especially younger entrepreneurs who are at the earlier stages of their business development process, writing a business plan seems to be a point of contention and a big pain point for a lot of people. So a lot of us who go into business, especially those of us who go into business to serve others, who are professionals and experts in our industry, but perhaps are not business experts, and that we did not go to school to study finance or accounting or business development. Maybe you don't have an MBA, maybe you don't have a business degree, but you're an expert in your field and you're really, really knowledgeable in whatever it is that you do. Writing a business plan can seem really challenging because it's not part of your zone of genius. It's not in your wheelhouse of expertise. But with that said, creating a business plan and updating your business plan on a regular basis is extremely, extremely important. Your business plan really serves as the roadmap for success and for growth and development in your business. It's also the way that you can assess the progress that you're making in your business, assess your growth, and assess your development. Because if you don't know where you're going, how do you ever know if you're getting there? If you don't have clearly defined goals and objectives, and you don't have measurable outcomes, you don't really know if you're succeeding. And it's really hard then to feel successful in your business and to feel like you're accomplishing goals and reaching milestones. I mean, in our businesses, Angie and I have always have had business plans from the get-go. And Angie's background is in accounting, so this is something that she's really strong at. But we've gone back and forth with all of our businesses and focused on how do we create a business plan that's easy to follow and that's really helpful to us, right, Ange? So what do you think is the number one most beneficial thing about having a business plan, especially for newer entrepreneurs?
Sure. I mean, with a business plan, a lot of times we traditionally think that a business plan is more for external purposes. It's more as a way to validate to a bank that you're a business worth loaning to, or it's used to attract investors. But I think it's more important to really understand why a business plan is helpful for internal purposes. It really is the opportunity for a business owner to sit down and really determine the who, what, when, where, why of their business, and setting goals that allows them to accomplish what they set out to achieve. It's also a great place to formulate your mission plan and to make that statement valid for your business and to really organize all of the key components of running a business. If you don't have a formal process in place, you're not going to be able to keep track of your business. You're not really going to know what are my marketing strategies versus my sales strategies, and what do I want to accomplish from an operational perspective? Where can I improve? How can I evaluate my processes if I don't know what those processes are? And we talk to a lot of business owners and we ask very simple questions such as, what are your financial goals? And they don't have answers. Where do you see your business in 2 to 3 years? They don't know. But if they took the time to put together a business plan, they would start to identify the answers to these questions. And once you start to identify the answers to these types of questions, you're able to then extrapolate a business plan that outlines specific strategies to get you there. And this doesn't have to be a 20, 30 page document. It doesn't have to be elaborate. My gosh, it doesn't even have to be complete sentences. We have seen some of the most successful business plans implemented that are only 2 to 3 pages. So keep in mind, your business plan is not necessarily where you have to store the details of your processes and procedures. It's more or less a checking point to make sure that the procedures that you put into place and the micro goals that you set for your business are in line with those long-term goals that are established in your business plan.
So let's talk a little bit about what has to be in a business plan. And every business plan is its own different animal. Large businesses obviously have enormous business plans. As your business grows and develops, your business plan will likely grow and develop as well. If you are a solopreneur and you are scaling your business, it's still just as important for you to have a business plan as it would be for a large company with 20, 50, 100, 1,000 employees. So the business plan really needs to be about you and your business and the direction that you want to see your business go and how you are going to get from point A, where you are right now, to point B, C, D, and E, and what are your goals long-term and short-term. So the first part of a business plan is really the executive summary. I'm a big fan of the executive summary. For a lot of business owners, that might be pretty much your whole business plan, because really the executive summary might capture all the information that you need, especially as you're just starting out on creating the business plan for your business, or if you're newer in your business and you're not exactly sure where you want your business to go. So the executive summary is a great little tool, and there's a lot of checklists and forms that you can use, and it just needs to have some very particular components. So what are the components in the executive summary? So the first thing you want to put in your executive summary is the problem that your business is solving. Why does your business need to exist? Who are you? Who do you serve? What do you do? And why does your business matter in the marketplace? Big picture. Why do you exist? What is your business? And what problems do you solve for your customers? So in order to, and this could literally be 1 to 2 sentences, but it's one of the most important parts of your business plan, because in order to write those 1 to 2 sentences, you have to have already given a lot of thought to why your business is needed. Why do your customers need you? What problems do you solve particularly exceptionally well that other people who come to you are going to have their problems and have their needs met? So that is part 1. Why do you exist, and what problems do you solve for your business? The next part of your executive summary is the solution. So what do you do to solve those problems? So if you are in the travel industry, for example, you might exist because you help people who have a difficult time planning adventure travel experiences to remote parts of the world, get to remote parts of the world. And then the next part would be, okay, well, how do you do it? What is it about your company that does it really well? Perhaps you have connections with tour operators in remote regions of the world that allows you to safely bring travelers to those regions and have these exceptional experiences. Perhaps you understand how to obtain visas and permits and all of these things. So what is it that you do that solves the problems that you solve? And then the next part, again, this could literally be 1 to 2 sentences. The next part is your target market. Who do you help? Who are the people that are served by your business? If you own an adventure travel company where you specialize in remote destinations, the people that you serve are not going to be the same people as a luxury honeymoon company focused on R&R vacations to the Caribbean. You're going to have a different target market. You have to know your target market. You have to know your ideal clients. You have to understand who you serve. So that is your market. Okay, so far we've gone through the problem that you solve. Why do you exist? What are the pain points that you solve? How do you solve those pain points? What is it that your business does better than everybody else? And who is your ideal market? Who are your ideal clients? And then the next part is, and I find this really important, not everybody includes this in their executive summary, but it's your competition. Everybody has competition. No matter what you do, there's probably someone else out there that does what you do, or at least claims to do what you do. So what is your competition doing really well? And what is your competition kind of struggling with, where you can come in and set the bar higher and really exceed your clients' expectations? And then the last part of your executive summary that I also like is, why us? Why you? Why this business? Why should people work with you? What is it about you and your business and the way you do business that makes you exceptional, that makes you the best choice for the ideal clients that you want to serve? So again, executive summary, 1 page, maybe even less, 10 sentences to 20 to 30 sentences, but an exceptionally important part of running a business, and one that you need to reevaluate at least every 6 to 12 months.
And your business plan should also have a section that talks about the industry and your business. And some of this section is more concrete. It doesn't necessarily change as often, but you should always reevaluate your business structure. And that is an element that's really important to this area of your business plan. For example, a lot of small businesses start as Schedule C businesses, and they're reported on your personal tax return. But then as your business grows and you start to recognize the risks associated with being in business, you may then decide at a later date to incorporate and to form a legal entity, whether it's an LLC or an S Corp or a partnership. Those are, obviously there are different pros and cons to establishing a company that's an S Corp versus a company that's an LLC. And those are conversations that you'll want to have with a legal expert. So always, reevaluate the company structure. This is also, in my opinion, a great place to really document how you handle risk management. So this is where you identify the insurance that you have on your business. How are you protecting your business? And it's also a great place to really outline the structure of your business, how you do business from the standpoint, are you a virtual business where you do most of your business by phone or over the internet? Or are you a business that has a retail or office location? And do you emphasize geography? For example, some businesses have most of their clients in one particular region, whether it's a city or county or even a state, whereas other businesses have their clientele all over the world or in a particular country. So this is a great place to really understand the geography of your business. It's also a great opportunity to not only know the geography of your business, but also the demographics of the clients that you serve. So here is where you really outline who you serve from the standpoint of the demographics. Is it a particular type of person? Maybe your clientele has the services that you provide are more geared towards children. And in that case, your demographic is, and maybe you're targeting their parents who are a given age. Or if you have a product that's more designed for retirees, you're obviously going to have the demographics be more aligned with the age demographic of people that retire. A lot of products and services are appeal to people based on the services and the needs that they provide. And if you're in the luxury market, obviously you're going to be capturing demographics related to zip codes where there are high wage earners and people with high net worth as well. It's also a great opportunity for you to outline the industry more in greater detail here. Of course, we cover that a little bit in the executive summary and as it relates to what makes your products and services unique and who are your ideal clients. But this is the description of the industry and really understanding the industry's current situation, changes, and forecasts for the industry, as well as you want to look at economic indicators, both micro and macro. For example, the pandemic is a perfect economic indicator that impacted most businesses and some have actually been more profitable as a result of the pandemic, and other businesses such as restaurants, the travel industry has suffered as a result of the pandemic. So it's really important to understand how your business is going to be impacted by foreseeable and unforeseeable economic impact, as well as changes in your industry. So this is a great place to really summarize where you fit into your industry, as well as the economics, both locally and worldwide.
And Angie, just to recap a little bit, which part of the business plan are you talking about putting that information in?
The business description.
Right. Okay. So the business description, just to kind of recap, has what in it? Who you are, which again, so just to kind of go back, a lot of people get confused about the executive summary as it relates to the rest of the business plan. The executive summary is the overview. Okay. So the executive summary gives you an overview of the things that you're going to go into detail talking about in the remainder of your business plan. So in the executive summary, you say why you exist, who you help, who you serve, how you do it. But then really in the business description, you talk about in detail what your business is, how your business operates, correct?
Correct. It's really the place to describe the way you do business. How do you operate? Are you a business that manufactures its products, or are you a business that works with suppliers who do the manufacturing, and you're more of a marketing vehicle and service company? So it really is a place to really outline how you operate as a business and how you interface with your industry, your competition, your clients, and the greater economy. And for some, you really have to look at your local economy, as well as global events and national events that can have an impact on your business. For example, tax changes. You have to really look at environmental impacts, such as taxes, that can have a great impact on your bottom line, as well as your future longevity as a business.
So once you've written your business description, you want to move on to talking about your products and your services. Again, we talk to a lot of entrepreneurs who don't have products. They don't sell anything except for their own expertise and their knowledge base. And that is fantastic. There's a million service-based businesses that are exceptionally important in the marketplace that do not sell any products. They only sell services. So how do you talk about the services that you sell in your business plan? This is really where you talk about what makes your service offerings unique, how you package your services, how you strategically price your services, and how you capitalize and utilize your knowledge and expertise to be financially solvent in your business.
There's so many ways to extract your data, and we're referring to both qualitative and quantitative data related to your products and services. So some example exercises that can really help you summarize your products and services for that section of your business plan is to really look at, maybe you have a variety of products where you service those different products to different types of clients. So knowing which products to market to which clients is very important. Other companies diversify their products, and the pandemic is a perfect example of companies recognizing that if certain services shut down as a result of the pandemic, then you need to look at other revenue sources. So this is a great opportunity to really analyze whether or not you have products and services that are more bulletproof when there is impacts such as a pandemic. Another thing to really consider is seasonality in your business, and how are you going to weather seasonality? So looking at when you sell your products and services, and some products might sell more so in the winter months, other products and services sell more in the summer months. And if you're a business that has to deal with that type of seasonality, you might want to look at a complementing product or service that you can offer during your down season when you're not as busy. I know that in Arizona, the hotel industry has done a fantastic job of marketing what they call summer getaways for local residents, and these staycations has really allowed the hotels to sell rooms that they otherwise would not sell if they weren't relying on the local market to just, we're in the heat regardless. So what they do is they create water games and other activities to drive local tourism to their hotels. And it's a fantastic way for them to generate revenue in their down market in the summer months. And when you look at your products and services, you might also have an array of products and services at different price points. Lower priced items versus mid-range items versus your high ticket items. And you might actually also look at opportunities to increase revenues by offering subscriptions or bundling products and services together. That's another great way.
That's so important, the bundling and putting things together, because a lot of times, again, if you have if you're a service-based business and you're selling your knowledge and your expertise, sometimes you might have a client that comes to you for one particular issue that they're having. So if you can then bundle the service that you provide and also add in other value adds, not only do you increase your worth and you can also increase your price, but you're also increasing your different revenue streams, so that you're not, what a lot of businesses get into trouble because they are not sufficiently diversified. And a lot of businesses that suffer during the pandemic and other economic downturns really come to understand that they have to diversify at least somewhat the services and the products that they're offering their clients, and be able to target, even if your ideal clients are the same bucket of ideal clients, you have to be able to target them in different ways.
And the next section that really can drive your business to have better strategies in place where you can really measure your performance is in your marketing strategies. This section really outlines how you're going to market your products in a way that's going to create an ROI for your business. A lot of people don't know where when we ask them, where do you get your business? Where does your business come from? They don't know. And when you don't know the source of your revenue, if you don't know that source, you don't know how to nurture it. You don't know how to grow it. You don't know how to properly spend your time marketing in a way that it's going to be resourceful for your business. So it's important to understand where your revenue sources come from so that you ensure that that source is nurtured and that it allows for increased revenue into the future. So does your business generate most of its revenue from referral sources? Or are you a business that's more shoppers come to you, buy your products more on an impulsive basis because of your locations, and you're located in areas that help to generate revenue on a more impulsive basis? You have to know what drives people to your business and make sure that your marketing efforts are aligned with the way that you attract business.
Yeah, and not only are they aligned, but it also is a matter of, you have to, again, we're talking about your business plan, right? So in your business plan, you have to be very strategic about what you put in there. And so you have to make sure that you are including all of the different avenues of marketing that you're doing for your business. So are you doing paid ads on Google? Are you doing paid ads on Facebook? Are you marketing in local publications? Are you spending money on PR? What is your budget for each of those things? So you're talking about your marketing strategies and also what your kind of the budget is for each of those pockets. And then you also have to know, how are you going to evaluate the ROI? So evaluating ROI in your marketing is an ongoing kind of daily thing that you do in your business all the time. But in your business plan, you want to have very specific and intentional checklist type items that you can say, okay, we know that our marketing is working. Our goal is to invest $5,000 a year in advertising in publication ABC. And we are going to measure the ROI on that advertising by, and then a goal, attracting 3 new clients per month through the advertising in this company. We are going to measure that by asking the clients that are coming into our business how they were referred to us or where they found us. So, and then you can then a year later, 6 months later, quarterly, go back and evaluate whether the marketing strategies that you're utilizing are cost effective and whether they're actually working, or whether they're not the right marketing strategies for your business and need to be reassessed and reevaluated. So in your business plan, it's really important to talk very, very specifics. Angie and I talk a lot about kind of broad topics, subjects with a lot of different ideas, but your business plan, remember, has to be very, very specific and very, very measurable. So if you're talking about marketing strategies, where will you be marketing? How will you be marketing? How are you going to attract your ideal clients? Are you going to be doing events? Are you going to be doing talks? Are you going to be doing radio appearances? Are you going to be doing podcasts? Where are your clients going to be coming from? And how are you going to measure whether your marketing efforts are successful?
And this is also a place to really understand not just the marketing that you spend, but also evaluating the efforts that you spend from a time management perspective, networking and marketing your business. Because there are more avenues now than ever before for you to receive free press. And there's also more opportunities with podcasts, radio stations, the opportunity for you to really create ways to serve as an expert, both nationally and in your local market. And a lot of times I think this, Janet and I have had opportunities to be resources for some major publications and serve as experts. And as much as we enjoy the opportunity to be quoted in the USA Today or the Washington Post, it's almost, if not more important, to look for local opportunities as well, to the extent that our clients tend to be within our 5-mile radius. So as much as it's great to have that credibility with national publications, which I think is great, and it gives you that trust factor, it's equally important to play an active role in your community where you're most likely going to actually engage with a client. So it's really which avenues are going to lead to sales and which avenues are going to help with your overall branding and your creating a sense of community within your marketplace. So they're both very, very important, but we oftentimes find businesses doing one or the other, but not enough of both.
Definitely. And then the last component of your business plan, and again, all of these things that we're talking about, you could have, marketing could be 10 pages for some companies. Marketing could be 1 page. It could be 1 paragraph. It just depends on who your business, what your business is like, what the structure of your business is, how you function, how you run your business. If all of your clients are coming from your referral sources and you do no marketing or advertising and you are capped at capacity of the number of clients that you can serve and want to serve, your marketing section is going to be relatively short. If you are running different ads and you're in the growth mode and you're scaling and growing your business, you're going to be marketing in a lot of different avenues, and you're going to have very, very specific tools to evaluate the different marketing, or you run the risk of really just spending money and not having a great ROI on it, or not being able to track it properly. And so the final component really is the finances of your business. And this is really where you set goals. How much money, how much revenue do you want to bring into your business? What is your goal for the year? How much expenses do you foresee your business having? So what is, how much money is coming in? How much money is going out? How much money do you wish to have in profits at the end of the year? So really great place to set some really achievable goals, but aspirational goals. You don't want your goals to be so small that you easily achieve them and then you don't strive for more, but you don't want them to be so far-fetched that you never reach them and you feel like you're failing and you never feel like your business is really truly successful. So set some really great goals and talk about the finances of your business. Really, how much money is coming in? Where's that money coming from? What are the different revenue sources? And then how is that money going out of your business as well?
Right. And oftentimes companies focus on setting either revenue goals or profit goals. And really, you have to establish both. But in order to have a realistic revenue goal and a realistic profit goal, it's really everything that takes place in the middle. Where are you spending money? Where are you investing your time? And are your expenses being utilized effectively in a way that it's helping generate revenue from your business? If you're incurring expenses that are not adding value to your business, you are going to want to eliminate those expenses as much as possible. So for example, we think of expenses like rent as being a fixed expense, but if your team creates synergies that is value added to your services and improves your overall service and enhances the client experience where you're getting more referrals, generating more revenue, then being in an office environment is benefiting your business. Whereas if you are paying a large amount of money towards rent, but you're not getting those synergies from your team working together and people are working in silos in an office environment, you might want to reevaluate whether that fixed rental expense is adding any value to your business and assess whether a virtual office is a better strategy for your business. So when you set the revenue goals and the profit goals, a lot of people as business owners, they say, well, I don't know what my goals should be, or I'm looking at, well, this is what I made previously. Well, it's a great starting point to look at the opportunity cost of what you would make if you were employed by somebody else. But we don't work hard running our businesses to just set that threshold. Our goal is to look at opportunities to create economies of scale so that we can be greatly profitable as business owners. We don't just want to replace our salaries and overall compensation packages that we might have had as employees. We want to be able to grow our businesses. So you really want to evaluate your true potential. And it's not necessarily, you could be making twice, if not 3-4 times what you would be able to make as a employee doing the same job responsibilities for somebody else. So don't sell yourself short when you set those profitability goals. And as another way to really set and benchmark your business is to look at industry data. What is the profit margin for your industry? And compare that to the revenue for your industry. Look at data. I mean, Pratt Stats is a perfect resource. You can purchase on a subscriptions, or you can just purchase your specific industry to obtain data related to other companies so that you can really compare yourself. We also advise looking into peer groups where you're oftentimes asked to sign an agreement where you keep each other's information proprietary, but it's great to be involved in peer groups within your industry to really learn about what works for other businesses and to really compare strategies with each other. And eventually you will see that you may be an outlier. You might be overperforming in your industry, or you might be in a situation where you're underperforming. You might see that the average profit margin for your industry is 20% and you're performing at 10%. You are going to want to figure out what others are doing in your industry to be twice as profitable as you. And again, if you're in a situation where your profit margin is 30% compared to an industry average of 20, you're obviously doing something right. So you want to continue to be ahead of the industry by evaluating what strategies are working for you and what you're doing to create that competitive advantage in the marketplace.
So hopefully you guys learned a little bit about business plans, and you can see that no two business plans are ever alike. A business plan is kind of a living, breathing organism. It's something that should develop and grow with your business as your business grows, as your goals change, and your goals should always be improving. So if you reach a goal maybe 6 months into a fiscal year that you had set for the entire year, it's time to then reassess and reevaluate your business plan and reset those goals. So just because you write a goal for the year doesn't mean that that is the goal you have to stick with. If you're on the flip side, if you're really struggling to meet that goal, then you need to go back and reassess, and maybe the goal was a little bit too far-fetched. Maybe it was a little bit out of reach, and you need to reevaluate, why are you not meeting those objectives? So again, then when you have a business plan, it really helps when you're either exceeding your goals or not meeting your goals to go back and say, what are the things that I had said I was going to work on? What are the marketing strategies that I had set out for myself and my team? What are the advertising strategies? What are my revenue sources? What are the products and services that I'm offering, and how am I generating revenue and bringing it into the business? And you can then look at the things that are working and the things that aren't working, and very quickly reevaluate and reassess and tweak the things in your business that need to be tweaked. When you don't have a business plan and you don't have a roadmap, you're kind of just out there in the universe, floundering. And so when you're exceeding your goals, you're like, okay, great, now what? And what's really working? I'm not really sure. And why are you so successful? We talk to really successful business owners sometimes. We're like, well, what is it that makes you successful? And they're like, I don't know, I'm just having a great year. Okay. Well, if you're having a great year, that's wonderful. How can you ensure that you're going to have a great year next year and the year after that and the year after that? And if you're not having a great year, why aren't you having a great year? Yes, there's environmental factors. Yes, there's economic factors, but there's also internal factors in your business. And if you don't have a really good working understanding of how your business works and how it's structured and where the money is coming and going, it's going to be really hard for you to have predictable outcomes and then to be able to replicate successful outcomes, because everything is going to be a surprise. Good years are going to be a positive surprise, bad years are going to be a negative surprise, but there's not going to be that predictability. And if you don't have predictable, successful outcomes, it's very, very hard to grow a sustainable business.
You're exactly right, Janet. The business plan really serves as a way to self-evaluate your business. We know that performance evaluations are so critical to getting the results as business owners, as employers, that we need to implement that same strategy so that when we run our business, we can step back and look at our own performance and evaluate it on a periodic basis, and to have this business plan that's always evolving so that we can modify it based on changes. And there's always going to be unforeseeable events, and there are going to be changes in goals where maybe our business is growing in a different direction than we planned. You don't want to lose sight of what your business plan objectives may have been, but at the same time, you want to celebrate this unforeseen opportunity and growth in your business and quickly evaluate ways to incorporate that unforeseen growth into your business model so that you can ensure that it's sustainable long term. Thank you so much for joining us today to really give us the opportunity to discuss the importance of a business plan. And if you're watching this in the replay, share with us whether you've incorporated a business plan into your business and how it's helped you achieve some of your goals.
Thank you.
Thank you.